Science.
Yeah. I was very disappointed.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about science, the scientific method, and the states of matter. Today we're going to learn about the scientific method and the states of matter. This is all from science. Now, let's start with the scientific method. The first step of the scientific method is ask a question. So we're going to write that down. Now, step 2. Step 2 is hypothesis. So we're going to write that down. Actually, it's form a hypothesis. So we're going to form a hypothesis down. Now, step 3. Let's think a second. I even need to think. This is review for me for my science test. Step number 3 is plan the experiment. Now we're going to write that down. Okay, so now step 4. Step 4 is conduct the experiment. Now we're going to write that down. Finally, step number 5. Step number 5 is communicate results and draw conclusions. Now we're not going to write all that down, so we're just going to put conclusions, okay? Now on to the states of matter. The states of matter are very easy. First state of matter, you can mix them all up, but I like to say first is the solid, so we're going to write solid down. Second, I like to say is liquid, so now we're going to write liquid down. And finally, third is gas. Now I'm putting these in order, so it goes from solid, liquid to gas. That's how I like to say it, because if you heat a solid, right, it turns into liquid. Then if you heat a liquid up more, it turns into a gas, right? So that's the way I like to put it. Now we're going to explain what all these words and thingamajigs mean. First, we're going to do the scientific method. Okay, so step number 1 we're focusing on in the scientific method. What is step 1? I forget. Can you tell me again? Let's go back to our graph. It's ask a question. We're going to write that down. Remember, our first step is ask a question. Okay. That is our main focus here. Now I'm going to give you an example. Let's say 2 people were walking around.
Okay.
They thought something could happen like, well, maybe a pencil could hold 12 pounds. That's their question. They're asking a question if this could happen. So we're going to write off to the side.
Now we're going to do the first one. The first one is a little bit cool.
A pencil holds
the first thing in the scientific
12
method
pounds. So let's see from all the other steps in the scientific method. So now we're going to work on step number 2. That is our main focus right now. What is step number 2? I forget again. Let's go back to our graph. Form a hypothesis. We're going to write that down. So that is our main focus right now. Form a hypothesis. Now let's see here. Let's say 2 people were walking around.
And then this one can be...
And they say, I do think a pencil could hold 12 pounds. So, we're going to put our people down here. And they think, what did I say they can think? Oh yeah, they said they could think the pencil could hold 12 pounds. So let's think for a second. Remember what we did last time? We put what we said off to the side. So what did we say? I forget. Okay, so what we said was... What did we say? We said, oh yes, we think it could
make a hypothesis.
12
So,
pounds.
making a hypothesis can mean 4 different things.
Now we're on to step number 3. What is step number 3? I don't think I need to go back to my graph for this. It is plan the experiment. So we're going to write that down. So plan the experiment is our main focus right now. Okay, so let's say 2 people were walking around again, and they are thinking how they're going to make the pencil hold 15 pounds. So they say, how about we put 2 stools up and put the pencil in between the stools, hold a basket from it, and then put our weights in there. So they were thinking of the right thing right now.
Make a hypothesis.
So that's what we're going to write off to the side. Well, we're not going to write that whole thing off to the side. We're going to say, think it through.
Think
Think it through. Now for step number 4. What is step number 4? I don't think you need to go back to the graph for this. It was conduct the experiment. Now we're going to write that down. So conduct the experiment is our main focus right now. So what are we going to say for this? What's going to be our example? I know. Okay, so the 2 people are here again.
now.
And what they're doing is they're making the
They think
experiment,
it's going to rain. Make a
and
hypothesis.
their pencils there, their things there, and now for the pounds. Where are the pounds?
Really, see
They're
they're much more.
doing pounds at a time.
Let's think.
1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound, 4 pound, 5 pounds, and on and on and on. And they figured out the pencil could hold 15 pounds.
Another one is,
Wow.
you think
So 15
The
pounds.
teacher is right.
They said they think they could hold 12 pounds. What could hold 15? Holy mackerel. Okay, so now on to step 5. What's step 5? Conclusions. Remember? Draw conclusions. And, oops, I said that wrong. It is communicate results
You
and
think
draw
the teacher is
conclusions.
right.
We're just going to
Another one is-
write conclusions. Okay, so conclusions is our main focus right now. So here's coming our example again.
You think you should
So
go home.
2 people are going around and they want to tell everybody about their conclusions. So they said it can hold 15 pounds.
We're making oobleck? No, I don't know. I just wanted to do oobleck because you got it.
So they're talking to everybody and telling them that it could hold 15 pounds. Now we are talking about the states of matter, something that takes up space, like you and I. Maybe we won't be matter, but we do take up space. Let's talk about a solid first. A solid is something that is hard, and I say for solid, an ice cube. What do you say for solid? On to the liquid. A liquid is something that can move easily, like water, because it can move from one container to another container. What do you think for a liquid? Now, gas. Finally, gas. A gas is something that is all around you, like steam. What would you say for gas? States of matter. Something that can take up space. Remember, question time. I'm going to ask you some hard questions, and you will have to answer them. Question number 1. What is the first step of the scientific method? Let's think for a second. Write your answer down on a piece of paper. I'll let you think.
And then you can make them a little see-through so you can still see the football game.
Oh, and do not use Safari. Now, question 2. What is the second step of the scientific method? Write this answer down on the paper and remember, no looking on Safari. Now for question 3. What is the third step of the scientific method? Write that down on a piece of paper and don't look it up. Now for question 4. What is the 4th step of the scientific method? Write that down on a piece of paper. Now for the 5th question. What is the 5th step of the scientific method? Write that down on a piece of paper, and the answers are coming up next. Now for question 6. What is a solid? Write it down on a piece of paper and don't look it up. Question 7. What is a liquid? Write it down on a piece of paper. Question 8. What is a gas? The answers for each questions up through 1 to 8 are coming up next. Today we're going to do an interview for the answers for the questions of the questions that I put in my quiz. Okay, now this is Jane's. She's going to answer my question. Question 1. What is the first step of the scientific method?
Ask a question.
Step 2.
Form a hypothesis.
Step 3.
Plan the experiment.
Step 4.
Conduct the experiment.
Step 5.
Communicate results and draw conclusions.
Okay, now on to step 6. What is a solid?
A solid can be anything that is hard. So, for example, an ice cube is a solid.
Okay, question 7. What is a liquid?
A liquid is something that is like watery or like bouncy. A liquid, for example, is water.
Okay, what is a gas?
A gas is the air that is floating around you. Some of the gases are in the air.
Okay, thank you, Jada.
You're welcome.
Are your states of matter? A solid. First one. Ooh, I better change my color. It's the same.
This one is
So we have a solid up there, and it's all packed together. Now we have a liquid, and it's just this little thing that goes around. It's not all packed together. And then we have gas, where it's just space everywhere. They get to fly everywhere and everything. See, I'm not the only one who says from solid to liquid, cool it, liquid to gas, cool it, gas to liquid, cool it, right? And then liquid to solid, cool it, right? Well, actually, to a solid to liquid, you have to heat it. I'm sorry, so sorry about that. But yeah, this says the same thing, and it says freezing point right here, boiling point right here, and that's what you want to have between your liquid. It has freezing point over to the left and boiling point over to the right. That's what you want to have. Now we have both of our pictures together so we can see how this goes. Look, our solid is up there. Our liquid is up there.
I'll just have you pick it. I'll type it when we start the job.
And our gas is up here and up there. So see? Thank you guys for watching. Science is a very complicated thing, and I am glad you watched this because I love science and I hope you do too. Bye. See you next time.